Dear students, welcome to online classes of biology. So, in the previous classes, we were studying chapter 8 Human Health and Diseases. So, today in this class, let's have a quick revision of whatever we have studied. Okay, so what do you mean by health? Health means it is the state of what? Good condition or well-being of mind and body, isn't it? So it can be affected by various factors like genetic disorders, or it can be by infections or by lifestyles. Okay, so likewise it can be affected by various things. So health can be defined as what? It's the state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Understood? So health is not simply the meaning means it does not mean that only the absence of disease, okay, or physical fitness. It is what? It's a complete state of physical, mental and social well-being. Okay, now what are diseases? Diseases means anything that happens, isn't it, to the body, or when the functioning of our organs or organ systems of the body, if it is affected by any of the reasons. Okay, it can be genetic, can be due to infections, or by what the imbalance of the hormones, whatever it is, then it is known as what? Disease. And this disease is characterized by the appearance of various signs and symptoms. Okay, diseases can be divided into two types. What are they? Mainly infectious and non-infectious. Infectious diseases are what? That can easily spread from one person to another. And non-infectious means it will not spread so easily. So the disease causing organisms are known as what? Pathogens. Okay, they are known as the pathogens. So it can be fungus, bacteria, isn't it? Then what? Virus, protozoans. So whatever it is, the disease causing organisms are known as what? Pathogens. So typhoid is a bacterial disease caused by Salmonella typhi. Symptoms are what? Symptoms are the weakness, sustained high fever, stomach pain, constipation, headache, loss of appetite, etc. Okay, and the organism or the causative organism Salmonella typhi enter the body to the small intestine through food and contaminated water. Okay, contaminated food and water, and then it migrate to different organs through the blood. Okay, then the test used for this identifying this or confirming this is Widal test. Okay, the next bacterial disease we studied are pneumonia. Okay, and it is caused by bacteria like Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenzae. Okay, what are they? Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenzae. Understood? And here what happened? It affects the alveoli. Okay, alveoli will get filled with fluids. And then symptoms: fever, chills, cough and headache. Okay, and sometimes nails and fingertips will become bluish in color. Okay, then how it is spread? By the inhalation of droplets or aerosols released by the person who is having the disease. Okay, and also by sharing of the utensils. Then so these two are bacterial diseases. Dysentery, plague, diphtheria, etc. are some other bacterial diseases. Then viral diseases example is common cold. Okay, and a group of viruses called rhinoviruses are responsible for common cold. Okay, and it is affecting the upper respiratory tract is affected in this. Okay, and it is usually lasts for 3 to 7 days. And what are the symptoms? Nasal congestion and discharge, sore throat, hoarseness, of sound, cough, headache, tiredness, etc. Isn't it? And how it will be spread by sneezes or cough, or from what by touching the contaminated objects. Okay, like pens, books, whatever it is. Then another disease what we learned is malaria, which is caused by protozoans. Okay, which protozoan? Plasmodium. And what are the different species that causes malaria? Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria, and Plasmodium falciparum. And among this, malignant malaria, okay, or the fatal one, is caused by the Plasmodium falciparum. Okay, falciparum. Okay, so when we studied the then we studied the life cycle of plasmodium. Plasmodium enters into the body of human being as sporozoids, isn't it? By the bite of an infected female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, the parasites then it will enter into the liver cells, and there they attack they attack new liver cells, and when they are released, they will enter into the RBCs and results in the rupture of RBC, resulting in the release of a substance called hemozoin, isn't it? And this is the reason why the fever or chills, okay, what recurring type it occurs. Okay, then in the body the parasites multiply. Okay, and then what happen, it will be taken by the mosquitoes, and in the mosquitoes only the what the development, okay, the further development takes place in mosquito. So there are two hosts for them, one is human being and the other is mosquito, to complete their life cycle. Okay, and female anopheles mosquito also, it is acting as the vector also. Okay, so like this you can see in the diagram. Okay, the mosquito when it bites a healthy person, it introduces infected mosquito. Okay, it introduces sporozoites, and then the sporozoites enters into the liver, and then what they reproduces asexually in the liver cells, and they when their cells burst and they get released into the blood, and in the blood parasites reproduces sexually. Okay, and causes the bursting of RBCs. Now they infect the new cells. Okay, and some of them they undergo sexual stages. Okay, that is gametocytes will develop in RBC, and this will be taken up by the the mosquitoes. This gametocytes will be taken up by the mosquitoes, okay, through the blood meal, and then fertilization and the further development takes place in the mosquito's gut, and it will be shifting to the salivary glands in the form of sporozoid. So this is the life cycle of a plasmodium. Then we have studied about the amoebiasis, which is caused by Entamoeba histolytica. Okay, so it's a protozoan parasite, and they are occurring in the large intestine. Okay, and the disease is amoebiasis. What are the symptoms? Constipation. Okay, abdominal pain, cramps. Okay, then stools with excess mucus and blood clots, etc. are the symptoms. And house flies, they are acting as the mechanical carrier. Okay, and serve to transmit the parasite from fecal matters of infected person to a healthy person through the food products. Okay, so by contaminating the food by the house flies, they are getting spread. Okay, then next is what? Next is another disease caused by helminthus. Okay, so helminthus causes what? Diseases, various diseases. One example is ascariasis. Okay, caused by ascaris. This disease is also spread, okay, by the contaminated food and water. Okay, when the eggs of the parasites are excreted with the fecal matters of the infected person, that will will contaminate the soil, and from there, okay, by contaminated soil and water, okay, through vegetables or fruits, okay, so this will enter into the body of a new healthy person. Then next is what? Wuchereria. Okay, Wuchereria bancrofti and Wuchereria malai. Okay, so these are the filarial, they are also known as the filarial worms, causing what? Elephantiasis or filariasis. Okay, Wuchereria bancrofti and Wuchereria malay. Okay, so this causes what? The lymphatic vessels to get blocked, and this causes the inflammation, and it causes the gross deformalities. So this is also transmitted by what the bite of female Culex mosquito vectors. Okay, so these are what diseases which are spread through vectors. Then also these are also these two diseases, what? Ascariasis and elephantiasis are examples of diseases caused by worms, and they are spread by, one is spread by contaminated food and water, and the other is by the bite of mosquito. Okay, which mosquito? Female Culex mosquitoes. Then another group of diseases that are caused by viruses, okay, are ringworms. So the genus like Microsporum, Trichophyton, and Epidermatophyton. Okay, Epidermophyton. These are the general genus from which what the disease ringworm is caused. Okay, means the fungus belonging to this genera like what? Microsporum, Trichophyton, and Epidermophyton. So these are responsible for ringworms. So what are the characteristic features? Appearance of dry scaly lesions on various parts of the body. Okay, and the lesions will be, so you can see in the diagram, understood, and it will be accompanied by itching, isn't it? Itching, and that make especially the fungus grows in high temperature and humid conditions. So in the falls of skins like groin or between the toes, this are usually found. So how it will be what spread? By the sharing of things like towels, clothes, okay, comb, etc. of infected person, if any person is sharing, that can cause the disease to occur. Okay, so these are what? Various diseases caused by, so we have seen that there are bacterial diseases, okay, like what? Typhoid and pneumonia. Okay, and then we have studied about the viral diseases. What are they? Common cold. Then protozoan disease, example what we learned? Malaria and amoebiasis. Okay, malaria and amoebiasis. Then worms diseases, okay, caused by roundworms like what? Which the ascariasis. Okay, then the elephantiasis or filariasis. Okay, and we have also studied the fungal diseases called ringworms. Okay, so among the, some of them are spread by what? By the droplet infections, or by the sharing of or by touching the contaminated objects, and some diseases are caused by, or it is spread by the vectors, various vectors are there, and some of the diseases are caused by consumption of contaminated food and water. So in different ways they enter into the body, understood, and the target organs are also different. Some of them affect the respiratory system, some affect the what? The digestive system. Likewise main target organs will be different, and the symptoms of the diseases are also depends upon which part of the body is affected. So the diseases whatever we have studied are infectious diseases, isn't it, which can get infected from one person to another healthy person. Okay, and they are classified according to the what the pathogens that causes the disease, and then according to the we can classify, we can study it as diseases spread by vectors, understood, and those who are the diseases which are infected by, or it is what spread by consumption of contaminated food and water. Likewise, in various what categories we can classify them and study. Okay, so we'll continue in the next class. Thank you.